Hello student, today we will discuss about theories of leadership. Okay, yesterday we discussed about quality of leader and functions. Okay, जो मोटिवेशन की थेरी थी वो कैसे थी कि ऑथर ने एक्सप्लेन की हुई थेरी थी. अब ये जो लीडरशिप की थेरी है वो भी वैसे ही है, थोड़ा लिटिल बिट डिफरेंस है. फर्स्ट थेरी इज लीडर ओरिएंटेड अप्रोच है. ट्रेट थेरी leader oriented theory is traditional approach to the theory of leadership. Under trait theory or a leader oriented theory, a leader has specific traits of mind and intelligence as the two most important traits. Theorists who expected certain basic ideas to be associated with successful leaders, and hence gave a list of leadership traits or qualities of successful leaders. The leader oriented approach theory holds the view that successful leaders or mental capacity and moral qualities, and these are inherited rather than acquired. Leaders are born and not made. The popular belief is the आउटकम ऑफ दिस अप्रोच. मतलब लीडर इन बॉर्न वो क्वालिटीज़ होती है उस पर्सन में. लीडरशिप करना या लीडर बनाना ये मतलब आजकल बहुत सारे इंस्टीट्यूट होती है जो बोलते हैं कि हम आपको लीडर बनाते हैं, मतलब लीडर की क्वालिटी हम आपको सिखाते हैं, कैसे स्पीच देना हम सिखाते हैं, बट फिर भी इन बॉर्न जो क्वालिटी होती है वो अलग ही होती है. नंबर ऑफ ideas have been identified by the various research to distinguish successful leaders from unsuccessful one or followers. A successful leader is supposed to have the following ideas or traits or leader oriented approaches. First one, good personality, tirelessness, ability to take quick decision, then intelligence, lot of knowledge, reliability, imagination, physically fit, intellectually sound, etc. Okay. Second theory is situation oriented approach, matlab situational theory. According to the situational theory, leadership is the product of situation in a particular group. Listen carefully. Leadership is the product of situation in a particular group. It is assumed that the skills which characterize a good leader will vary from group to group and from situation to situation. A leader in one situation is not necessarily a leader in another situation. Even in the same group, various situations call for different leadership responses. The same leader may display different personality skill to deal with diverse problems. So, the situation oriented approaches state that the leadership phenomenon are the product of situation in particular groups. Then behavior theory. This theory means has a simple philosophy. This approach states that the best way to study and define leadership is not to study the ideas or qualities he passes, but to study his behavior. According to this approach, what is important is not to know what a leader is, but to study what he does or how he behaves in a particular situation. This approach is concerned with behaviors of the leader rather than the leadership traits or qualities. The people by nature are lazy, uncreative, and irresponsible, and therefore the leader should be directive. This approach is based on the assumption that good leadership is the result of effective role behavior. By adopting this theory, a number of studies were made at the Ohio State University and American University. Studies were taken into 9 assumed diminutions of leadership behavior. Okay, मतलब जो लीडरशिप के थेरीज है वो उसके क्वालिटी रिलेटेड है, मतलब बिहेवियर थेरी हो या फिर एक्सेप्टेंस थेरी हो या फिर अभी हमने देखा ओरिएंटेड लीडर ओरिएंटेड अप्रोच थे, मतलब जो भी लीडरशिप की थेरी हो उससे क्वालिटी के रिलेटेड. ओके, नेक्स्ट थेरी इज द फॉलोअर्स थेरी ऑफ एक्सेप्टेंस थेरी. The idea behind this theory is that the leadership is developed on the basis of acceptance from followers. Leadership cannot exist without a group. In order to understand the nature of leadership, a study of the characteristics of the followers group is also essential. If a leader is successful in leading his group, satisfying and motivating them, he will be assumed to be a good leader. There seems to be some justification for regarding the followers as the most circular factor in the leadership event. Hence, it is essential to analyze leadership function and should be understood in terms of the characteristics of the group of followers and their dynamic relationship between the leader and his group. Next theory is contingent theory. In different leadership styles, it was observed that consideration, that is employees and other variables and structure, job or organization seem to be effective under different conditions. This theory classified the relationship between these two, that is consideration and structure, and the result is the contingency model of leadership. Contingencies theory specifies that the effectiveness of a group is contingent upon the motivational system of a leader and the degree to which the leader has control and influence in a particular situation. The leader's effectiveness can be measured with the leader member relations, task structure, and leader position power. If the leader members relations are good, the task is structured and the leader position power is strong. The situation is regarded to be highly favorable to leadership effectiveness on the effectiveness. If the leader member relation are not good, the task is unstructured and the leader position power is weak, the situation may be regarded as highly unfavorable to the leadership effectiveness, that is leadership is highly ineffective. Next theory is path goal theory. Next is path goal theory. Currently, one of the most researched approaches to leadership is the path goal theory developed by Robert House. Path goal theory is a contingency model of leadership that extract key elements from the Ohio State Leadership Research on integrating structure and consideration and the acceptances theory of motivation. The essence of the theory is that it is the leader's job to assist followers in attending their goals and to provide the necessary directions and support to ensure that their goals are compatible with the overall objective of the group or organization. The term path goal is derived from the belief that effective leaders cla- clarify the path to help their followers in achieving their work goals and make the journey along the path easier by reducing roadblocks and pitfalls. According to the path goal theory, a leader behavior is acceptable to subordinates to the degree that it is viewed by them as an immediate source of satisfaction or as a means of future satisfaction. Okay. Next theory is the functional theory or functional approach theory. Leadership acts are those which help a group of achieve its objective to satisfy its needs. The person who can assist or facilitate the group most in reaching a satisfactory state is most likely to be regarded as the leader. The functional approach tried to match personalities and style with the kind of leadership that must be exercised in the words of an an organization must decide about the leadership functions in a require and then determine how this function may be distributed most effectively. Different group leaders perform different functions. A division of leadership responsibility is recognition by the group of the strength and weaknesses of the persons involved. Occasionally, leadership responsibility is divided to maintain group. Okay, these are the leadership theories. Now, I will explain the leadership style. मतलब लीडरशिप स्टाइल मतलब हर एक की स्टाइल होती है, वैसे लीडरशिप स्टाइल है मतलब जो लीडरशिप स्टाइल फॉर इफ़ेक्टिव मैनेजमेंट के लिए है। आप जैसे स्टाइल नहीं है, ड्रेस स्टाइल, देन ये स्टाइल आ गया, वो स्टाइल आ गया, अभी एक क्रेज़ है, वैसे वाला नहीं है। तो लीडरशिप स्टाइल फॉर इफ़ेक्टिव मैनेजमेंट स्टाइल है ये। ओके, इसमें इसके एडवांटेजेस है, डिसएडवांटेजेस है। फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल एटोक्रेटिक स्टाइल होता है एक, उसके बाद लेजिस फेयर और फ्री रेंज स्टाइल होता है। इंस्टीट्यूशनल और रूल्स सेंट्रल स्टाइल होता है। रिलेटिव लीडरशिप होता है। इस टाइप के स्टाइल आए हैं लीडरशिप के। फर्स्ट इज autocratic style. Under the autocratic style of leadership, all decision making is centralized on the leaders. He concentrate all the authority and the decision making powers lies with him. He structured the complete work situation for his employers. There is no participation by his subordinates in the decision making process. They simply do what they are told to do. He does not give the subordinates the freedom to influence his thinking, decision, or behavior. He gives orders and assign tasks without taking the subordinates into confidence. He relies only on the use of authority. He demands complete loyalty and unquestioned from the subordinates and does not care to know the feelings of his subordinates. What is the advantages of this style? The first one is it provides strong motivation and reward for the leader. Then quick decision making is granted because a single person decide for the whole group. ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है कि अगर डिसीजन मेकिंग आपका स्ट्रॉन्ग है तो आप कोई भी डिसीजन अच्छे से ले सकते हो और जिसके पास ही अथॉरिटी है डिसीजन लेने की वो बहुत स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए। मैं जो भी डिसीजन लेता हूँ वो फर्म है और इसके जो भी क्या बोलते हैं इससे जो भी फ़ायदा होगा उसका भी उसके लिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल मैं हूँगा और जो भी लॉसेस हो गए उसके लिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल मैं हूँगा। इतना फर्म पर्सन अगर है डिसीजन मेकिंग में तो वो बहुत अच्छा होता है मैनेजमेंट के लिए या कंपनी के लिए। देन लेस competent sub-managers can be used only to carry out the orders of the boss. They are not involved in the decision making process, and decision making planning or organizing needs and innovation उसमें चाहिए। ओके देन ये जो थे स्टाइल है उसके डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या है? तो फर्स्ट वन इज़ autocratic style leads to frustration, low moral and conflict among subordinates। मतलब एक ही आदमी डिसीजन लेता है इसलिए बाकी लोगों का थोड़ा ये होता है कि अरे क्या सब वही डिसाइड करता है, हम सब सिर्फ काम करते हैं, मतलब डीमोटिवेट जैसे होता है थोड़ा। सबॉर्डिनेट टेंड टू shrink responsibility and full potential of subordinates and their creative ideas are not utilized। मतलब अगर ग्रुप में कोई ऐसा पर्सन है कि जिसके पास बहुत आइडियाज़ है, अच्छा आइडिया है, क्रिएटिव है, वो खुद क्रिएटिव है और आइडिया में क्रिएटिविटी बहुत अच्छी है, लेकिन क्या होता है एक ही आदमी डिसीजन ले सकता है, इसलिए अगर बाकी लोगों के पास नॉलेज है तो उसका ज़्यादा यूटिलाइज नहीं होता है। ये बहुत बड़ा ड्रॉबैक है एटोक्रेटिक स्टाइल का। देन ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल कंटिन्यूटी इज़ created or threatened in the absence of the leader because subordinate get no opportunity for development। ओके तो हमने अभी स्टाइल ए फर्स्ट देखी, उसके बाद और एक दो स्टाइल है वो एक्सप्लेन करूँगी नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में। ओके चलो थैंक यू।